Hi, everyone. Another really interesting question about physical health. Hi, Claire. Is physical health always a function of the mind? And if not, how can we know what is a symptom and what is the origin of an issue? Yes, such an important question, because so easy to bypass physical health, illness, so easy to override someone or our own experience of illness. Um, yeah, so as someone, my sister was born with cystic fibrosis. My father died of leukemia. Um, I'm not ever going to override physical illness. And there is such a sanity in acknowledging physical illness. And when I was at university, we were doing our finals, and a friend had terrible stomach ache, and everyone was saying, "Oh, it's just stress, it's just nerves, it's she's not coping well with the pressure." It turned out to be appendicitis. She could have died if we carried on in that way, ignoring the symptoms. So there is this very interesting area for us all to consider, which is the health of a physical body, a flourishing physical body that is as healthy as it can possibly be, given real physical restrictions. And we can also look at the role of the mind in creating illness and exacerbating current illness, because the way physical pain or restriction or illness, disease is held is a function of mind, isn't it? And it means that the experience of being ill can be either on a continuum, either only about what it is, nothing else, or that illness can be used as evidence of every belief about the self, about the future, about what other people think, about the past. It can play its role so robustly in the story of me that, in fact, that illness actually can't be let go of. It's vital to the story of me. And I think it's really interesting for us to always look at that, because, for example, I was talking to a participant on the Ask Offer course about physical symptoms, and the participant was saying that the physical symptoms had got worse since starting to explore reality. Now that is amazing information, because if nothing else has changed, then there's a very real likelihood that at least an element of those physical symptoms is related to the stress of trying to hold on to being separate, basically trying to maintain this security of being. And when that's under threat, which the story of us is under threat, the identity is under threat, any belief in separation or not non-accountability for how everything's appearing, all of that is under threat in this conversation. And when those symptoms ramp up, it's a very good indication that the symptoms, at least to some extent, are tied into the story of self, the stress of being a separate entity. And that's amazing to see that then, because it allows for, first of all, a recognition of what's going on. So we don't immediately leave a course because that's happening. We can get really curious. What is it? What was said in that video? Nothing else changed. A video, and then suddenly symptoms get worse, or a blog post, and suddenly the pain is more intense. That's amazing to see. That this is the start of health now, because instead of just going straight to the medicine or straight to the painkillers, there's curiosity. What is amplifying these symptoms? What's under threat right now that is connected to illness in the body? And this is such a powerful area. This is really the area of health through and through, mental and physical health. So two things. We are not saying that the body doesn't get ill, doesn't get disease, doesn't break arms and legs, doesn't find itself with issues. We're absolutely not saying that. And we're saying bring in all of the measures for physical health that we know about, that make total sense, that are obvious, the no-brainers we call them. Cherish the vehicle of the body, and at the same time be really curious, really intrigued when symptoms get worse in relation to confrontation or rejection, indifference, criticism, failure, any form of stress on the identity connected to symptoms shows that there is an enormous opportunity to bring the whole system into a saner, more aligned space through inquiry as to what's actually under threat in those circumstances. Yeah, thank you. Great question. Bye.